Mocenary, Mocenary. It is, oh, it's a knife. What in the hell? Oh my God. And it is good. It is good. It is all good. And guess what? We're loosening the stand. Okay, let's bring the drone up a little higher here. This is such a huge knife. It is giganticus. No, it's not really. Just got it too close, and I don't want to put it out of frame here. I want you to see every bit of its lusciousness. Is that a word? Lusciousness? Okay, 3.1 inch blade at 80 millimeters, 80 centimeters. That'd be a big knife. 7.25 overall, and 18.5. Well, let's say 18.3 centimeters. Okay, can we get the centrometers in there? So it's, it's like a 3 and a 7, but it's a little over 7, 7.25, and 3.1 something. Button lock. Does this remind you of a Tucson knife? So I had somebody point that out, and it's like, you know what? You're right. It does. Look at, haven't you seen several Tucson models? For you guys that are not into Tucson knives, you can go get a beer now and you can come back later. Oh, but I'm just saying, there was one that was, and see, mine is not that way. My button lock is not that way. See, I didn't want no bump on the back. This is the Vandal. Oh, by the way, I have some for sale. Whoo, oh my God, it's huge. And it is actually. Okay, so talk about Tucson knives. And we shouldn't be putting up against Mocenary. There's no relation there that I know of right away. And of course, they're probably all related. They're made in China. God only knows where they're made. So this one, yes, much smaller. This one's 9.25 overall. So this is 2 inches longer overall than this. But just saying, baton time. Okay, now, this one, it's got a back spacer. It's got a little design influence there that kind of peps it up, and it's got a titanium pocket clip. Deep carry, kinda, right or left hand carry? No. Don't allow that to happen. And ambidextrous thumb studs. Fit and finish is nice, and contoured titanium scales. Whoa! And who's the guy? Who's the guy? Because I know a guy that knows a guy. And this guy is Rattlesnake, which is Harvey Lin. And so there was another guy when I posted a guy that said something about this with the Harvey Lin thing. It's like, okay. He goes, hold on, 6-leaf knives. Okay. So maybe I'll put a link or two down to a couple of the 6-leaf knives that I've reviewed in the past. Now, by the way, this is M390 and titanium, okay? And you go, that's horse crap, okay? Because $129, no damn way, okay? But Harvey Lin, and if you think about 6-leaf knives, okay? So it wasn't this knife, it was, and this is a Harvey Lin design, Rattlesnake design, okay? This is the SL16, okay, which I don't have, and maybe I should now. But I got their ratchet knife. It was weird. I'll put the link to the ratchet knife review. But also, I sent it in for XRF analysis, and it was M390. So I'm going, hold on. Maybe the manufacturer of 6-leaf and of this Mocenary are the same, because Harvey Lin seems like the main designer on all these knives. So let's just build conspiracy theories, which will be completely false probably, but who knows? Look at the pricing's about the same, the kind of manufacturing and button lock. Just a lot of things going on here. So this is interesting. This guy's going, well then, this is just a copy of that. No, when they do similar designs, okay, and just check this knife out, okay? When you do similar designs, but you're the designer on both knives, you're not ripping yourself off, okay? I'm just saying, it's just an evolution and or whatever adaptation of designs in your mind that you do. So this is a different knife, obviously. But, okay, I get the similarity, and I get the similarity to button lock Tucson knives, too. I'm not saying that's a bad thing, okay? But nobody wants to pay any money for a Tucson knife. They want M390, perfectly executed button lock, 5 different ways to open it for like $89. And then they'll turn around and pay a re-op-made button lock that is about the same overall quality, maybe, and they'll pay $375 to $450 for that. So go figure. No, I'm not equating re-op with Tucson, but you're starting to get into a gradient, aren't you? It's not like overwhelming. If you have this knife in your hand and then you get a re-op knife in your hand, I don't know. I mean, you start getting to where, okay, it's got lockup, it's centering, it's great action, it's smooth, ceramic bearings. Where are we differentiating ourselves, okay? And, I heard a video where a guy was talking about, or no, maybe it was a blog online about talking about the difference between, production, high-end production knives and mid-tech knives. Where is that? And then some that claim to be custom knives that are mostly just high-end machining, okay? Not a lot of hand grinding type things. So it's a smear, isn't it, of a gradient. And so really I just look for, does it feel good? I mean, does the fit and finish look decent? Did they pay attention? What are the materials? That kind of thing, like anybody does, right? Because that's me. I'm a knife enthusiast that happens to have a camera that I turn on and I run my big old mouth, and that's it. But no, I'm not getting any movement off the lock. Let me get this. No, I'm moving that, but no, there's no play in there. I'm just moving it. It's centered. This is really easy to flick open. So I'd say my biggest bitch about this knife is not about the fit and finish. It's not about the quality of materials. It's not about the fidget factor, the fidget factor is awesome. Even the hardware looks really good and solid. And it's definitely not about the price. It's about the fact that this, in a 3 3/4 inch blade with like 8.7 overall length, something like that, I'd like better. But if the size is not an issue with you, look at that. It just tucked up. This is weird. And this is that MK-03, okay? So you got the MK-01, which I did a video on, and a lot of people are like, ooh, that is interesting. And it is interesting. And it's not a button lock, it's a frame lock, and it's M390, and this is Harvey Lin, Rattlesnake Designs, MK-01. This is also M390 titanium. And it's a front flipper, and it's got nice action, fidget friendly as well. And this one was a rockin', what was it? Where's the piece of paper on that one? Hold on, let me pull that real quick for you, because that was inexpensive. What was it? $116. Okay, so $116. Okay, and then there's your stats on it as well. 7.5 inches, so it's bigger. It's almost a 3.5 inch blade. Yeah, 3.17 ounces. So I'll put the link to this review on there too, but just think about 6-leaf knives and this Mocenary brand, but I tested the M390 on the 6-leaf knife, and it was real. So now, do I know what the Rockwell was? No. Did I stand there and watch the heat treat? No. And if I did, would I know if it's right or wrong? No. But I'm just saying, of course, I don't watch the heat treat on Spyderco or anybody else either. So, you know, that's always up for debate there. But I'm just saying, what I could tell was that it was a real M390. So, do I think they're faking me now? No, I don't think they're faking me now. So, I think we're pretty good. This one, will it cut anything? That, you know, if you want the model that cuts, that's an extra $50. So you might, I don't know. I don't know if it's worth it. Okay. Yes. Okay. Being a smart mouth. Now, no, that's pretty good. That's actually pretty respectable. So, okay. That's standard factory sharpness with a little plus on it, because it's a little sharper than most of the standard factory ones. The ergos are good, and it's big enough to get all my fingers on. There's really no go forward position here, but it's big enough to get all my fingers on. And then you've got how this cuts away so it doesn't run into this plunge area here. So that would be good for stropping and sharpening, and there's belly on this and piercing, so flat grind. I mean, this cutaway here, some people like, some people don't. I like it for the design break that it gives you, but it may not be good if you're cutting certain types of materials to have this fuller here, okay? But other than that, yes, that's fine. And the ambidextrous thumb studs as well. And it looks like you might be able to remove those with a number 6. That's probably a number 6. Or a number 8. Good Lord, what the hell is that? That's more like a number 8 in there. So you could probably take that off. And that may be for if you just want to finger flick it with the fuller, because you can, okay? And you don't want the thumb studs because you think it's a cleaner look without. Although the fact that they put them in means that there's a hole through there, and I'm going, nah, then I'm going to leave them in. You know, I'm going to leave them in if that's the case. So, but I still don't think that's too obtuse, although the thumb studs are not what's the stop. No, this is here. And this is here, obviously. One that way, one this way. And it seems like it's a pretty solid lockup. So, and button locks, I don't know. Depending on the situation, I think frame locks are probably stronger. Liner locks can be really good depending on the thickness of the liner and the extent of the lockup. And then button locks scare me a little bit more because you can accidentally actuate that. I mean, when you're doing things, you could accidentally actuate that and release it. So anymore, I'm treating them all. If they're a folding knife, I'm treating it like a slip joint. I'm not going to put my fingers in the way of doing that. I've done it, had stitches, all that kind of crap. So no, but this is nice. And you saw the weight on it. So it's 4.1. When I guess when I showed this, you probably saw the 4.06, I got 4.1, okay? But, oh no, well, basically 4.1, but 4.09, so it's really, really close as far as that goes. And then, I guess I didn't give you this. Yeah, 0.52, that's good and stout in the hand, 13.4 millimeters. What do we got for a blade stock? Ooh, 3.7. I'm surprised it's that heavy at 0.14. I really am surprised it's that heavy. I wonder if that even changes if I got the full breadth of it over here. Yeah, I did. Okay, 3.7. Wow, kind of surprised. I would have thought more like 3 millimeter, 3.2 at the most, but that's all that is. Otherwise, look at it. I mean, it's weight relieved on the inside. I don't know what I expect from a machining or manufacturing standpoint that I should be looking for that I'm not getting here. I mean, the plunge looks good. The grind is fine. It's like a bead blast. The blade is reasonably sharp. The design is nice. The fit and finish seems to be good. There's no sharp edges. Everything seems to have been, maybe this was all bead blasted, and that's why this is all really smooth and nice in here. So that's good. And there's a lanyard place here, but I don't know what else I'm supposed to be looking for, because even the hardware looks nice, or nicer than a lot of knives that are more expensive than this. So, I mean, I'm not trying to pimp it to you, because I don't care if you buy one of these or not. I found them because I follow Rattlesnake Designs on Instagram, and I saw him post it, and he goes at Mocenary or Mocenary. So I went there, and I'm going, that's where I got to buy it. I determined that. And so then I messaged them and I said, how do I? And they go, AliExpress. And so I'll give you the link to where you can go. AliExpress, part of what? Alibaba, which is a huge multi-billion dollar, one of the largest online sellers in the world. So, I don't worry. I probably once a month or once every 2 months, I order a couple of knives off of AliExpress. I haven't had a knife not show up in years, okay? And if it didn't, I always got my money back, because you can always put a dispute in and you will get your refund if you know what you're doing. So it's not a problem anymore. I mean, I trust them like I trust Amazon, basically. So, but I want to look for the right seller. Now, I look for a seller that has some followers and has some decent ratings, like you would on Amazon. So, this is good. Now, I don't know what to do, because I got the ability to take this apart from the front or the back. Okay, well, I was just going to be real tentative here, but that came off real easy. So, maybe this is the way to go about it. I mean, obviously the button, spring, oh God, here we go. Yeah, that figures. Comes out from both sides. Okay, I don't care. Do what you want to do. And then this goes all the way through the pocket clip, doesn't it? And is that going to be the way she's going to be? Yeah. So pocket clip going to come out here, and another big old long thing. So these two came out the front, and the short screws in the back, which means I probably should have taken it apart that way. And here we go. Back spacer. Let's just lift it off. Here we go. A lot of weight relieving. We got a, come here. Steel washer. Always nice to have a magnet, isn't it? A really strong magnet. There's your stop. One way, the other way. And we're good. Front presentation, we got ceramic bearings, and we got button, and we got a spring. Let's just throw it around. Let's just toss it around. One thing about button locks and disassembling them, I got this superstitious, weird, freaky thing. Like, every time I do that, when I put it back together, I get some button stick on the button lock. So I don't recommend doing it just for the hell of it. I'm doing it because I'm doing this. And okay, Mocenary, Rattlesnake, M390, titanium, all put on the inside of the handle. Interesting. Yeah, makes you wonder. But I know we're all get curious about Oh, and here's for the little lanyard thing. We all get a little curious, like who actually manufactures these knives? If we knew, would it make any difference? I mean, do you know the manufacturers in China enough to know? I mean, I don't. So if I knew the OEM manufacturer, it'd probably be ABC company, but they may make this brand, this brand, this brand, and that brand. So if I knew the brands they make, then I get a little bit better idea of kind of who they are and what they're doing. All right, MK-03, and I don't know a name other than that. Model number MK-03 on this, and inexpensive, interesting. It's just, you know, you cruise through Instagram and you just see some different knives, and if they're like off-brand and weird that you've never seen before, then sometimes you get some kind of urge to explore outside the realm of kind of the standard brands, just because you're curious, and I am too. So this is why I went into this, and I guess my channel does have a lot of, you know, off-brand and budget type offerings, just because that's my realm of interest. And so on my trip, this is what I do, and I'm just reporting back, that's all. We love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.